Happy Friday the 13th. SEC has till on today, Friday the 13th, October, to file an appeal, and that's the deadline. So, are they going to file it? Are we going to see a spot ETF coming soon? According to buybitcoinworldwide.com, Grayscale has about 643,000 Bitcoin in their trust. And so if that got converted to spot Bitcoin ETF, that's about 3% of the 21 million Bitcoin. That just makes me circle around to something I talked about the other day. This says that there's 3,194 billionaires in the world. There's almost 1,000 billionaires in China. That's the country with the most. If this stuff is exactly up to date, I know COVID and some of the pullback on the Chinese economies has dropped a few of the Chinese billionaires. But when you look at, there's about 60 million heirs in the world. And so I think that when you look at Bitcoin, there's just not enough Bitcoin to go around. And if you go to buy Bitcoin worldwide, and I don't know how if this up to date this is, but you can see MicroStrategy 158,000, Marathon Digital they're holding, Tesla's got 10,000, some other mining companies, Coinbase has 9,000. I know Coinbase has a lot more, but most of that's stored on behalf of its customers. Still, not your keys, not your crypto. And so there's going to be paper, just technically on the exchanges, there's some paper Bitcoin created, but the more people that hold it themselves, self-sovereign, self-custody, then there's just going to be less paper Bitcoin that's be able to created. But you see right here, all these Bitcoin, obviously BlackRock's probably buying some somewhere. Fidelity, I don't see Fidelity on here. I guess they haven't had to file that they have Bitcoin because apparently they've been mining it for a while. And then I don't know how up to date these are with China and US. They've got those through seizing them. I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere the US government's mining them. El Salvador's got 2,300 Bitcoin. And then the Mt. Gox ones I don't think have been released yet. Tether's got 55,000. And then ETFs, you can see Grayscale. And when you look at all the people that have a lot of money, it just seems like, it's just a matter of time before more people, because I'm sure if you go to the Forbes list, most of those people don't have any Bitcoin. There's a lot of people that could buy quite a few Bitcoin and that wouldn't even be a large portion of their portfolio. And all these places I'm looking up right now, and these are the only ones that are for sale in the Bay Area. You might as well zoom in and get kind of a little bit more of the Bay Area. These are only places that are sell for $1 million plus. And not very often that someone puts a ridiculous price on their house on Zillow, but it shows that pretty much anyone that owns one of these places should be able to put a full Bitcoin on their balance sheet, maybe a few. Some of these people are going to be businesses that own these houses. Some are private individuals. Some could own a couple houses. Some might be in debt and they're really trying to move the house. Some are going to have better financial standings. And this is just the Bay Area, and this doesn't show all the houses that aren't for sale, because if you look at the property values, and we can zoom in and to say San Jose, Cupertino, where Apple's located. This neighborhood I zoomed in, they're like 2.6 million, 3.1 million, 2.7 million. Now some of these people might have bought a long time ago in the 80s or 90s. They might not have liquid assets, but I imagine that most people could put one full Bitcoin on there. You can see some of these houses, there's house for 2.43 million. It's just a 4-bedroom, 1-bedroom house, 1,200 square foot. There's nothing special about that house. It's not for sale right now, but just like a little tiny house, if you went to somewhere in Alabama, that house is probably worth like 150,000 or 100,000 or something, and maybe 200,000, but not 2.4 million. So yeah, the Bay Area is inflated, but there's a lot of money there, and so that just makes me think about how many people are going to be trying to buy Bitcoin in the future at different prices. More people are going to be buying at higher prices. Right now, people don't trust it. The more it gains, and if you looked at the Fidelity report, they had the Lindy effect. The Lindy effect is the longer something's been around, the more apt it's going to stick around. And so it'll be interesting to see if the SEC files their appeal on the lawsuit with Grayscale. And just for me, I'm just trying to stack sats. I am keeping my eyes peeled in case there's some kind of interesting opportunity in crypto, because there will be some things that explode. But overall, I'm just trying to stack some sats, and I think that a very small amount of Bitcoin could be pretty valuable someday. And we'll see how it goes. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have a good day.